I mean, it's, you know, it's so simple that it's probably a very boring case if you took away all the crap. It's just a simple, we have a 15-year-old autistic child that is missing. And unfortunately, the best part about it is he has managed to do this without any evidence left behind whatsoever. That is the most unique aspect of this case.
What did you say?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. So what you just heard was Chris Proudfoot speaking about the disappearance of his stepson, Sebastian Rogers. And I think Shay's reaction speaks for all of us. What did he say? So thank you to Shay's Safe Place for the clip, and I will link her channel in the description. I will also link my true crime playlists if you're interested in the description. And I also have plenty of pick a card readings. So there's a bit of everything on this channel. But right now we're going to get into tarot and statement analysis. So Chris Proudfoot is on the autopsy table here today. And on the tarot table. We're doing a bit of both. So we're going to dig into what he meant by saying that, why he said that, and just the tea in general about that statement. If anyone has any other statements they want analysed, drop them in the comments below. And we can make a thing of this. We can make a series, tarot and statement analysis. So there's nothing off the table. So let me know who you want to see on the table next. So the statement spirit that we are asking about, can we tune in to the energy of Chris Proudfoot, please and thank you, in regards to the Sebastian Rogers case? And may we pray for justice for Sebastian Rogers. So spirit, the statement in question, he said, the best thing about it is that he managed to do this without leaving any evidence behind whatsoever. So let's ask the dictionary first, and then we'll ask the cards what, why, and what the fuck. So let's see. What does the dictionary have to say? What did Chris Proudfoot mean by this statement? The best part about it is that he managed to leave no evidence behind. The word managed stands out to me because he's putting Sebastian at fault. He managed to do this. And the word evidence, the fact he even needed to say the word evidence screams volumes without leaving any footsteps or a trace behind. Evidence? There's only evidence when a crime has occurred, Chris. So that could be another Freudian slip. There's another Freudian slip I want to look into because he often mistakes the word privy for pervy. So maybe I'll do that one next. Let me know. But for now, Spirit, what did he mean by the best part about it is he managed to leave no evidence behind? Oh, okay. So let me see. Both of these pages want to be looked at. Okay, general. Okay, gender bender. Yeah, something to do with gender. To generate outrage. Yeah, he loves to be outrageous. He loves to get a reaction. Okay, a genius. Yeah, Sebastian was a genius, but I feel like he was made to feel less than. There was a generation gap, so I feel like Chris's traditional ways and values did not suit Sebastian. He needed open-mindedness and acceptance. Yeah, they called him gawky. Okay, gay. Maybe they called him gay because there's a lot about genitals here. I feel like Sebastian was body shamed and just called all of these awful names. Someone could have an inflammation of the stomach or the bowels. Someone's tactless. Yeah. An American cowboy. Gotcho? Okay. But, you know, They're very gaudy too, garish and vulgar. It was a very gaudy thing to say. It was a vulgar thing to say. So thank you, Spirit, for being on our wavelength. Gazette, official journal. Yeah, so, you know, maybe he wanted to say this to provoke outrage so the news would talk about it. Or even, you know, the YouTube streets, just to give gas to the situation. Yeah. A gasket, a rope. Yeah, this is him getting enough rope to hang himself with. Yeah. Garret, room under roof of house, attic. Okay, so that could be significant. Maybe people's garrets should be checked. The name Garrett could be significant. Also, garrote. Yeah, used to strangle. So I do feel like tools of punishment were used on Sebastian. Of course, Chris admitted with the belt. And even on the night he went missing, I do feel like there were things, weapons of force used against him. You know, from the shed, from the garden. If there was not a garrote used, like the one found, for example, in the John Benet Ramsey case, this is execute by strangling. So I feel like Chris strangled Sebastian. I don't know if this was the actual execution method. I feel like this could have just been a punishment method, chokeholds and such. But I'm picturing in my mind's eye one of the first or earlier interviews, and he has bite marks on his arms. Yeah, so these bite marks are significant because I feel like if he was kind of using his arms as a garrote, Sebastian was trying to break free, escape. Oh, and I lost that page. Was it this one? Fraternal. Yeah, so they are protected. They've got a brotherhood, a franchise. Yeah, Freemasons, there they are again. But I do feel like ultimately Sebastian will be found because Chris's foul mouth keeps putting his Proudfoot or Shamefoot into it. Yeah, forthright. He's very outspoken. Anything else? I think I lost that other page. It could have been that one. Snubbed. Yeah, a snitch. Someone could snitch. Yeah, to snigger. They were just mocking Sebastian is what they did. Soil is significant. Something we use for soil was used as a weapon against him. Suck it to them. Speak forcefully. Yeah. Well, Chris certainly does that. Okay, so yeah, soap I seen. Chris needs that foul mouth washed out with soap. So thank you, Spirit, for the confirmations. Let's get into this statement and let's really get to the matter of it. So as we split the deck, we have the Three of Wands in reverse. Goals, expansion, vision. So Sebastian was in the way, blocking their vision, and someone was very stressed and overworked, but there was, you know, a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so let me see. Let me just shuffle these. Okay, Chris Proudfoot. What did he mean by that statement? The best part about it. Yeah, now we've got it in the right way. Yeah, because he's bragging. This is his bragging rights. He's mocking. Mocking in plain sight. So evil does as evil does. And most evil is in plain sight, right in front of our noses. So he's mocking that they got away with it. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, because he feels challenged, and this is his sword. This is how he defends himself, by being outspoken, by being outrageous, acting like he doesn't care. He can have the world against them. he can have the world against him with their pitchforks, but he is holding his own weapon of defense. Yeah, but I feel like he used weapons on Sebastian when Sebastian was defenseless. So he is a coward through and through. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, a lack of balance. And yeah, Sebastian wasn't prioritized, and I do feel like there was kind of like little saving boats, you know, in the Titanic when it sank. You know, certain people got saved in these boats. So yeah, certain people came to their rescue when shit hit the fan. We have the Empress in reverse. Yeah, so Chris is a mommy's boy. The last Sebastian Rogers reading, I picked up an Oedipus complex. So it could be Chris Proudfoot who has this Oedipus complex with the Empress in reverse. I feel like mommy comes to defend her son every time because he dropped the ball. His priorities were completely inverted. But, you know, evil is inverted, and people love mocking when they've gotten away with something. They can't help but show this duper's delight. They can't help but have Freudian slips or put their shameful right in it. Queen of Cups. Kathy Kathy Bowersocks. She thinks she's powerful, but, you know, the peace ain't gonna last because the sword of truth is coming. So rest while you can. So mommy's trying to make her son feel better. It's okay. I'll come to your defense. But he thinks he's good at defending himself, but it's his ego. So he's quick to react when he feels his ego is being attacked. Let's get the why. Let's get the why. So, oh, I didn't get these cards actually. Yeah, I'm sorry. So I'm going to just pull the general energy of this before we get the why. So what made Chris say this? What made Chris say this? Okay, that one's to come. Song of the Siren, the call summoning to acknowledge. Yeah, because he's mocking. It's his kind of like a swan song, but in reverse, an inverted swan song I'm getting. So, Sebastian's swan song? I don't know. I'm thinking of Swan Song by Dua Lipa. Yeah, but this was his siren, his taunt. Chris is taunting the world and showing off that he got away with it, essentially, and now him and his lover are enjoying expanding their vision together. Okay, yeah, look, background energy, the garden. So yeah, garden tools, flowers. Yeah, the garden wants to pop out. Someone needs to look in Kathy's garden, all of the Bowersox properties, not just theirs, but, you know, extended members of the family, because it's a family affair, the birds, yeah. Brief sorrow, nervous excitement, temporary misunderstandings. So yeah, they're all looking out for each other. I'm thinking of a murder of crows, the dog. Yeah, loyalty. So they've got friends in high places. Yeah. Yeah. And look, sacrifice. That was just popping off the top of this. I've pulled this before for Sebastian. So Sebastian had to be sacrificed. And I feel like it was Kathy Bowersox that gave this advice to K.E. And I do remember seeing a video of Chris's sister, Melissa Proudfoot. And the way she spoke to Sebastian was absolutely horrible. So foul-mouthedness runs in the family. Mommy issues maybe run in the family. So this mommy with issues kind of perpetuated Katie's mommy issues. And yeah, I just feel like Chris absolutely bullied Sebastian, official person. Yeah. Because he knew he could get away with it. Why did Chris say this? Distant horizons, yeah. because he's looking forward to sailing the sea and being free with Katie. But Sebastian was their anchor. And a little birdie told them they could help them with this little problem. Okay. I wonder who the little birdies were. Birdies called bower socks, I wonder. Why did he say this? Whoa, the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, because he's a liar. Because he's fickle and he loves to show off. He's petty and fickle. And he puts his foot in his mouth. The Sun in reverse. Yeah, because they were unhappy when Sebastian was around. Yeah, so they got rid of their little problem. But I don't feel like they're happy now. Because maybe the guilt is getting to them. It's destroying them, actually. But that's why they're trying to keep the family tight, keep the family together. Why did Chris say the best part about it? The Hierophant. Yeah, because the marriage is their priority. And we have the Eight of Cups walking away. They wanted to make it look like Sebastian ran away. Yeah, the best part about it is he managed to leave without any evidence left behind whatsoever. And they used Sebastian's unhappiness and dissatisfaction to perpetuate the story that he was a runaway. But this is a lie. And yeah, Chris Proudfoot is the perpetuator of lies. The Four of Wands, proper planning. Look, they're celebrating. They can rest now and relax. Because they've got ties to the community. Yeah. So, yeah, they made the problem go away with the Eight of Cups. And their marriage is significant. His and Katie's, also his parents' marriage. Yeah. They're very traditional. Background energy, yeah. Seven of Cups in reverse. Desire, lust, vanity. His desire, his temptations, you know, he's a slave to his temptations, and these will end up chaining him and anchoring him himself. So yeah, he's anchored by his own addictions, temptations that might get him caught. A marriage is significant. What's the true emotions? What is Chris's true emotions about Sebastian going missing? What is Chris's true emotions about Sebastian going missing? Yeah, he wanted it to make it seem like Sebastian felt rejected. What is Chris's true emotions? Trap. Yeah. So I feel like they want the public to think that he walked away. Now he's trapped somewhere. But he made Sebastian feel rejected, unwanted, ashamed, when it's actually him. He's projecting his own shame. Shameful. Backstab. Yeah, so he could be cheating. He could be a cheater in regards to his marriages, pregnancy, DNA. Yeah, so something in regards to another child. Maybe they want another child, or they want Chris's child, but whatever it was, they wanted to make Sebastian out as the problem child, the runaway. Okay, background energy my way. Yeah, look, there's the guy who looks like Andrew Tate himself. So Chris Proudfoot is like Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate just loves to hear himself speak. It's his way or the highway, and Chris was that way inclined also. And with the sacrifice here, I feel like he did give Katie an ultimatum, especially if it came down to his own child. If he was like, oh, you know, it's my child and our marriage, or Sebastian. So this is why they had to do something about Sebastian. Selfish, stubborn, prideful, and ego. Proudfoot. Shamefoot. Yeah, so wouldn't it be great to see him do the walk of shame like Cersei in Game of Thrones? Anyway, allegedly. Wow, jackpot. Yeah, they feel like they've won the jackpot. Wow. And that fell, there was 2, I think, 2 or 3. Drama starter and creeping. Yeah, he's always watching. But he's happy. But he's unhappy in case he gets caught. I feel like he thought he could deal with the guilty knowledge, the guilt better than he actually can threatening. Yeah, I feel like they're threatening anyone who opens their mouths. Yeah, so what's the tea on why he said the best part about it is he left no evidence? Bad karma. But he's going to get his comeuppance. Karma is creeping. Don't you worry, Chris. You might be creeping, but so is karma. Why does he know that Sebastian left no evidence behind? Unfazed. Rejected again. How does he know Sebastian left no evidence? How is he so sure of that? Broke ass. And rejected. No facts. Yeah, so he knows people have no facts. That's why he said that, because that's the reality. No evidence, no facts. His way or the highway. Oh, and here we have so careless. I feel like his family came in to save the day with their cars. That's like the little rescue boats. The Titanic was sinking, but instead of letting it sink, they called out to his family and they swooped in. Yeah, so they could be threatening paying people off with money, especially people who don't have money. So people will take money over justice if they're broke, kind of a thing. He's fishing for comments. He loves the attention. He is an attention hoe. Okay. And unfazed. So he said it for a reaction. He said it to be outrageous, but he said it because he knows that he is not going to get caught. Because when it came to this problem, he had a lot of help. I'm hearing that song I Had Some Help by Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. That's kind of a country song. So yeah, he definitely did have some help. He didn't do it all by himself. So yeah, he just had to call mommy, call daddy, and yeah, that helps all his bad karma go away. But the universe and karma does have a way of catching up, unsurprisingly. So keep looking over your shoulder, Chris, because karma is coming. So yeah, that is that. This has gone on longer than I've thought. Let me know what you all think down below. If you have any other statements, let me know and we will get onto it, spill all the tea and dive straight in together. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your energy so much and I hope to see and connect with you all in the next one. Let's all pray for Sebastian. Goodbye and God bless. Mwah.